Alright, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals, and today what I have for everyone is my full review of the Samsung Galaxy Gear S2 smartwatch, and in particular this is the LTE variant of the Gear S2. So I've been using this bad boy for a good amount of time, and I feel like it's finally time to share with y'all my thoughts and opinions on this and let y'all know if this is worth picking up. So hopefully by the end of this video that's something y'all have figured out for yourselves if y'all think this is worth picking up. Now, without further ado, I'm going to do some housekeeping and we're going to dive straight into this full review. So this whole video here today is being recorded using the rear-facing 12 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Active, and all the audio today is being recorded using the Movo MA2010 omnidirectional microphone. So as always, please let me know what you think of the overall video quality as well as what you think of the overall audio quality down below in the comments, because as always your feedback is greatly appreciated. That being said, if you find this video helpful or you like it in any shape, form, or fashion, please feel free to help your boy out by giving the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. And as always, if this video piques your interest, all the links to where y'all can pick up everything that I feature in the video will be available down below in the video description. So as always, if your interest is piqued, down below in the video description will be like a one-stop shop for you guys and gals, and you should be good to go. Alright, housekeeping done, let's dive right in. So starting off, the first thing I want to talk about with you guys and gals is the overall build quality and design of this smartwatch right here. Now, build quality wise, as I said in my unboxing, this is the AT&T variant. So it comes with the silicone band, but the housing of the watch itself is made out of stainless steel. So this is a stainless steel housing with a circular display, a Super AMOLED circular display. And I gotta tell y'all, in terms of the overall build quality, I have to say Samsung has done a top-notch job here. It feels very solid. It has a noticeable weight to it. Really good stuff here. And in terms of the overall design, I have to say I really like it. Now this resembles a traditional watch, so really good stuff here. So we got our circular traditional design with our traditional band with clasp here. So really good stuff. So in terms of the overall build quality and design, I have to give this area top-notch marks in my opinion. Now moving on, let's talk about the overall fit and feel. So as y'all can see, I have it set to about the 7th notch. I typically keep it between the 5th notch or the 7th notch because I like that nice snug fit. Okay, and I gotta tell y'all, in terms of the fit, I have to say it's really good. Okay, now it's not my absolute favorite fit because it is a little heavy. Okay, it's noticeably heavy, and even after extended usage, I kind of wish that it was lighter. Okay, so I do have some issues with the weight. I kind of wanted the weight to be a little bit lighter. But in terms of the overall fit, it's actually really good in my opinion. Now, talking about the overall feel, the feel of the watch on my wrist is really good. Now, in terms of the band, I'm not really happy with this band, this silicone band, because, you know, it kind of gets sweaty and glossy, so I gotta clean it constantly. But I kind of wish that they went with some breathable, like nylon material. You know, I feel like that would have felt better on the wrist, but that's just personal preference. Other than that, the overall fit and feel is pretty good. Okay, pretty good indeed. And you can always go out and get some third-party bands, and that will change up the overall fit and feel to your liking, because you could just as easily, let me show you real quick, pop it off real quick and show you. You can just as easily take the watch off, and then you push these buttons on the inside here, and you can pop off the bands. And then you could jump on places like Amazon, eBay. I think even Samsung sells some first-party bands that you can pick up and then you could swap out the band yourself and change up the overall fit and feel to your liking. So this is just the overall fit and feel in terms of what comes included. I'm not a big fan of it. It's good, but I feel like they could have included a much better band out the box. So let's put this back on. And of course, struggles are about to ensue. Alright, there we go. And let's get it back on here. Okay. And let's fix the band. Right. There. So, and that also gives you an idea of how easy it is to take off and put on. Now, I'm disabled, so that's a little bit more harder for me than it may be for you, but that's not too bad, okay? But in regards to the overall fit and feel, I feel as though that pretty much covers it, so pretty good overall. Now, let's dive into the hardware and software on this bad boy here. Let me take it off for that, actually. Be a little bit easier to work with if I take it off for that. So, let's start off with the hardware first. So hardware wise, this bad boy is packing 512 megabytes of RAM. That's right, you heard me right, megabytes, not gigabytes. So it's 512 megabytes of RAM, and you have 4 gigabytes of internal storage. Okay, and this particular model does have your built-in LTE modem, so I can make and receive phone calls directly from the watch. We do have a built-in microphone as well right here, as you can see, so good stuff there. And if I wanted to, I can use the watch primarily by itself. All I have to do is connect it up with some Bluetooth earphones, and then we're good to go. So, and I've actually tried it. I tried it for a couple days just to use the watch by itself and not use my phone, because I figured if the watch is going to have a built-in feature, I might as well try it. It worked, but I really felt like that's not what you're supposed to do with your watch. But if I needed to, I could do it. So that's pretty cool, but it's not something that I would say, oh, you can go ahead and get used to it. Nah. But it's good to have that feature built in, okay? Other than that, we have a 1.2 inch 360 display, Super AMOLED 360 display. All right. And we have an IP68 water and dust resistance rating. So that means you can fully submerge this in up to 3 feet of water for 30 minutes and it'll work perfectly fine. And I can attest to that because there have been times where I forgot that this was on my wrist and I took it into the shower and it survived a full shower with soap and everything. So that's a really, really solid IP rating. Even though they say that you're not really supposed to take this into the shower, it's supposed to be used with fresh water, and they kind of say that the soaps and stuff that you use on your body may potentially damage it, but there was a few times where I did take it into the shower and it has survived no problem. So really nice to see that water resistance rating there. Kind of a big fan of that. All right, and it does pack the Exynos processor. I'm not entirely sure which one. I'll throw it up on the screen in post for y'all to check out. Now, in terms of the software, let's move on to the software now. This bad boy is running on Samsung's in-house OS, the Tizen OS, okay? And in particular, it's running on Tizen OS version 2.3.2, all right? And you can see this is pretty much a swipe and tap based OS, okay? So you can do all different types of swipes and taps, or you can use your crown to navigate the OS, all right? And then on the side here, we have a power button and we have a back button. And you can program these to do different features. So you can program with a double tap or triple tap what certain things do. And the same thing with your back button here, double tap, triple tap, so on and so forth. All right. So good stuff there. And in terms of the overall OS, let me just walk y'all through my main screens here. So this is one of my favorite main watch faces. Okay. you can see I'm very minimalist. So I just have one with the watch percentage up top, the time in seconds. I like to know my time down to the seconds, and the date. And then I have all of my main notifications here off to the side. So YouTube, Twitter, my sleep notifications, my active notifications, all that good stuff is here. Okay. And if I get any new notifications, they'll pop up right here and be off to the side. And if they pop up and I miss them, you'll get like a yellow circle of ball there indicating that you have a new notification. And then as always, I can always swipe all the way over and clear all my notifications. And then there we go. And then if I want to switch my watch face, I just press and hold. And then you can see some of the watch faces that I've downloaded from the Galaxy Store. Okay, so that was one. This is simple black. Okay, and then right here we have minimalist final. Okay, and y'all can see I'm a minimalist fan, so you can see a lot of my watch faces are very minimal-esque, or they serve a specific purpose. So this just makes it bigger, but it's technically the same layout. So percentage at the top, time, but we lose the seconds, and then we got the date and the day, so on and so forth. And then if I want to change it to my next one, press and hold again. And then these are my watch faces that I use when I'm doing fitness activities. So you can see we got my steps in miles. We got my heart rate, because there's a built-in heart rate monitor in here, as well as Wi-Fi, NFC, and Samsung Pay, so MST, all built into here. So we got the time and the seconds, my steps in miles and steps. We got the date and my heart rate right here, and then the battery percentage right there. So y'all can see that. Turn that back on. Yep, and then that's one of my active watch faces. And then if I swipe over again, we got a big minimalist watch face there. And then I have one more active watch face right here. Okay, and again, it just does the same thing in a cleaner layout. So you can see we got the date, we got the time and seconds, we got my heart rate, battery percentage, and my steps. Okay, and then when I'm going out and I want to be fancy and rock this as a traditional timepiece, we have this one right here, the basic M1D2. So this kind of reminds me of a traditional watch face here, but I'm a digital fan, so you can see it still tells me the digital time as well as having the analog time. Then we have the battery percentage right there, but we don't have the date. So those are some of my favorite watch faces for the watch, and that's primarily what I switch between on a regular basis here. So let's go back to what I had it on, the minimalist right here. And then y'all can see if I swipe over, we have my media controls. Now, when this is connected up to my phone, as it is, if I have media playing, so music, YouTube, any media that I have playing, I can control right here from the watch. All right, and then we have some of my basic quick shortcuts here. So this is the one app to control the cameras on any one of my devices that I have the watch connected to. So that's really, really cool, especially if I wanted to take a video or a photo and I wanted to line it up and then control the shutter with my watch. That's what that one app is used for. Then we got my calendar, the weather, voice recorder, stopwatch, and then the settings. All right, and then I can change this again by pressing and holding. I can change that and remove stuff, add stuff as I see fit. Then again, we got a widget for my calendar. Then we got the weather widget right here, heart rate scanner, okay, steps, and then I could add more. So y'all can see my setup is fairly simple, because when I'm on my watch, I just need my information at a glance, and then I need to get on about my business. Okay, if I need to do anything more serious, I'll typically just break out my smartphone. But in terms of the overall OS on the watch and the software, I have to say I really, really like it. So you can see we still have access to all our quick toggles with a pull down here. And then if I double tap, triple tap here, we'll launch the Samsung Pay, or we can get into our voice assistant here, which would be S Voice, but I have it turned off right now. And then also, if I do the raise to wake or I put it down, we do have that raise to wake feature as y'all saw earlier in the video. So in terms of the hardware and software, I have to say in terms of these smart band, smart watches that I've tested so far, this is probably the most feature packed and well-rounded smartwatch or smart band that I've tested so far, but it does have some caveats to it. But in terms of the overall hardware and software, again, I'd have to say Samsung has done a great job on this one. Okay, now let's talk about the overall battery life, okay? And this is probably the Achilles heel for this watch right here, okay? And when we talk about the overall battery life and charge times, this is the Achilles heel for this watch. Now, if you're using it just regularly and you have all of your things synced up to it, depending on what you have synced up to it, your battery life may be worse or better. But they do have an ultra power saving mode that will give you the maximum battery life out of this bad boy here and still let you get the basic functionality done. That being said, y'all already know what I'm about to say. Everything that I'm about to talk about and discuss with y'all is based on my style of heavy usage. Okay? So if you're a light to moderate user, your results may vary. That being said, in terms of the overall battery life, because we might as well start there first, with my style of heavy usage, I'm getting about a day and a half. And that's with no ultra power saving modes. I'm getting about a day and a half from the watch. Okay, now if I turn on the ultra power saving mode here, which does give me the grayscale, let me show you real quick. So if I dive into settings and we go down to it, there we go, ultra power saving mode. And if I turn it on, it will turn everything into grayscale. It would turn off my raise to wake functionality, but I'll still get the basic time, the date, the battery percentage, and all of my notifications will be pushed. But in ultra power saving mode here, I can get anywhere from 3 to 5 days on a single charge, but I'm losing some basic functionality. Okay, so it's good if I just want the time and the date and I don't want to be disturbed by my notifications. I turn this on and I rock out, and with that turned on, you will get about 3 to 5 days on a single charge. So the battery life on this, it could be better, especially when I look at it in comparison to the smartwatch or smart band that I had prior to this, which was the Huawei Mi Band 3 Pro, which was getting me 3 to 5 days easy with regular usage. So I'm kind of sad that with my style of usage here on the Gear S2, I'm getting a day and a half normally, and I'm getting 3 to 5 days with ultra power saving turned on. What I was looking for is I would want 3 to 5 days with regular usage without ultra power saving mode, and then I want an additional 5 days with ultra power saving mode. So this should be 3 to 5 days regular, and then 7 to 10 days with ultra power saving mode. So I'm kind of disappointed by the overall battery life on here, even though I really like some of the features and stuff built into here. I really do enjoy it. I just wish the overall battery life was a lot better. Okay, but it is what it is. Okay, now moving on to the overall charge times, this was another area where I was kind of disappointed by the watch. Now this has a built-in wireless charger in it, and it did come with a stand, so this charges wirelessly. I do have the stand on my nightstand, over on my nightstand off camera, and when I need to charge it, I just drop it on the stand, it starts charging, and I don't have any issues. I demonstrated how the wireless charging stand works in my unboxing and first impressions, but talking about the charge times here, on average, it takes anywhere from 2 hours to 2.5 hours to reach a full charge. Okay, now if it's completely dead, it's gonna take about 2 hours because there's no notifications or anything pushing to it. okay? But if you leave it on, or if you catch it while it's on, it's going to take a little bit longer if you leave all your notifications and things pushing to it. But again, I was kind of disappointed by the charging. Again, coming from what I came from, the Huawei Mi Band 3 Pro, the Huawei Mi Band 3 Pro took about an hour and a half to reach a full charge, and then I was getting that 3 to 5 days with regular usage. So the main negative of the watch that really disappointed me was the overall battery life and the overall charge time. It was a very major hit in comparison to what I'm coming from. All right, but again, that's just with my style of usage, and your results may vary. But that pretty much goes over the overall battery life and the overall charge times. Okay, now moving on, let's talk about the overall durability, because y'all already know your boy is Mr. Super Clumsy. So y'all can see, I'll give you a close-up. I have not been kind to this watch whatsoever. So you can see I've scratched some of the finish off there. I've scratched up some of the housing here. I've scratched up some of the housing here. I have not been taking it easy on this bad boy whatsoever, and that's just because of how clumsy I am, y'all. There really is no way around it. Now, I did find that if I rock the watch this way, it's kind of more protected, but if I fall asleep with it like this, it's kind of uncomfortable. And if I rock it this way, it's very comfortable, and that's important. The comfortableness is important because of you also have sleep tracking in here, and that's one feature that I really like. Okay, so kind of, yeah. But the overall durability on here, I'm sorry, I was getting sidetracked. The overall durability on here is really good. Okay, now y'all don't know how many times I've snagged this bad boy on doorways when I'm going in and out of stores. I hit it on the walls in my room, in my home. As I'm walking by, it kind of gets snagged on the doorway there. Y'all don't know how many times it's gotten caught coming out of my pocket, nicked on my jeans, nicked on the door in my car. So I have been very casual with it. And this is the type of damage that it's gotten from clumsy, casual use, and it still works perfectly. Okay? Now, it looks a little worse for wear, but it works perfectly, and I still have maximum functionality out of it, even though I've scratched up the housing pretty good. I've scratched up the watch face pretty good. The screen itself, the display, is still perfect, and that's pretty cool. I was kind of concerned because we have a Gorilla Glass 3 display on here, so I didn't really know how well the Gorilla Glass 3 display was going to hold up with my style of usage, but the overall durability on here has been really, really good. Okay, so good stuff in terms of the durability, top notch in my opinion. Now, moving on now, let's get into the final part of this video. Let's talk about the overall pricing and my final thoughts. Okay, now I know some of you guys was like, but E, you didn't really talk about the app. Now I kind of did an in-depth app walkthrough in my unboxing and first impressions, so I'm not really going to cover that here. So if y'all want to know how the app works and how the setup process works, I'll link up my unboxing and first impressions down below in the video description. And y'all, in the words of one of my favorite content creators, shout out to you, Easy, y'all get y'all popcorn ready, because that's a long video right there. But it should walk you through how to set up the watch, how to get your notifications configured, and get everything up and running. One of the reasons why I make my videos so long is because not only do my videos share my opinions and recommendations, but they walk you through how to do certain things on the products that I review. So it's kind of one half tutorial, one half opinion-based review. That's one of the reasons why my reviews are so long. But if y'all want to know how to set it up, how to get your notifications and things set up, how to sync things to the watch, how to find my device, and do the SOS features, check out my full walkthrough of the software and setup in my unboxing and first impressions. But we're just going to move straight into the final part of this video. We're going to talk about the overall pricing, and I'm going to give y'all my final thoughts and an overall recommendation or two. So, talking about the pricing, I didn't pay for this. This was actually a Christmas present that I got, so I got this completely free. But I did go ahead and do my full due diligence on the pricing and availability, and I found this variant of the watch, the LTE variant, which is available on AT&T and T-Mobile, okay? Or you can get it unlocked. So I found the LTE variant of this watch ranging in price from about $125 to $140. Okay, now they do also have the classic version of this watch, and they do also have the Wi-Fi only variant of this watch. This is the LTE variant, okay? But again, they all pretty much range inside of that price point, so about $125 to $140. Okay? And for that price, can I recommend that y'all pick this up? Well, this one's kind of tough, because if you're looking for a watch with similar functionality and features, you don't have to look any further than this. A lot of the other watches that I was looking at, they don't have this type of functionality and feature set. Okay, I am going to look at a few more, but they're not going to be as feature packed as this. So in terms of feature packedness and price to performance ratio, can I recommend it? Yes. Okay. Are there better options out there? Yes, but you're going to lose out on some features. Alright, so can I recommend y'all pick this up? Yes, I can. That being said, at the end of the day, is this something that I will continue using, or am I going to move on to something else? Well, I'm going to continue using this for the most part, but as soon as I can find something with a similar feature set, which gives me pretty much all of the same features and has a lighter weight to it, I will be switching over. But for the foreseeable future, this will be my daily driver smartwatch, and this will be what gets synced up to all of my main daily drivers or any device that I'm reviewing at the time. Because this, although it does work really well with your Samsung devices, that's kind of the devices that it's meant to work with, so you get maximum features and functionality if you use a Samsung device. It does work with any and all other Android devices, and it does work with iOS devices as well. So for the foreseeable future, I will be using it with any and all of my daily driver and any other Android devices or iOS devices that I review. Okay? So that pretty much does it for this review, y'all. And we knocked it out pretty quick. As I said in the beginning, I hope y'all found it helpful. I hope everyone has a good day, and I will catch you guys and gals in my next video. Peace, everyone. We out of here.